What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we have a video that I've been super excited to make for a pretty long time because I've been trying to figure out how to evolve the space that I work in, which is why you're seeing this video from a different kind of angle. A couple of weeks back, I reviewed the Secretlab Titan Evo that I'm sitting in right now. Secretlab sent me one for review. I gave it a shot. Absolutely the best office chair that I've ever had the pleasure of using, and after I posted that video, they said, hey, we noticed your desk setup. You want to do something with that? And of course, how could I pass that up? Because I've had an upgrade that I've been wanting to do for a while to make this space way more versatile for the kind of content that I've started making. I do a lot of unboxings and product showcases and a ton of stuff like that for the channel. Plus behind me, I just have this space that you're looking at right now. It's kind of just a giant TV that's kind of older, just a 1080p thing from probably 10 years ago, plus this older TV stand and a couple of older consoles with the original Xbox and the 360 that most of the time aren't even hooked up because I have a lot of lights going on here, so it's a lot of power. On top of that, one of the issues that I run into and that I know a ton of other people have run into is that my cable management below the desk is absolutely horrendous. In fact, if I'm filming something, I have to intentionally frame up the shot to be sure to hide that absolute rat's nest of cables because I'm honestly embarrassed of it most of the time. On top of that, I would love to stand up sometimes. You know, I sit here for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, sometimes even more than that, editing videos, working on stuff. So to be able to have that flexibility to get up, stretch the back a little bit, keep on moving with the blood flow, that would be great. And that is where the Secretlab Magnus Pro XL comes in because Secretlab sent me a desk with all of the accessories that I need to make this setup absolutely pop. So that's gonna be the centerpiece of the setup. And then this desk isn't just gonna get shoved in a closet somewhere. This is going to become a central part of the backdrop now because I'm gonna go to IKEA, get some accessories, and make it a full unboxing station. I've been so lucky over the past year to get the opportunity to unbox a ton of new tech. We're talking controllers, keyboards, mice, headsets, all that kind of stuff. So to have a space to display that behind me, but also just flip the power on and start recording is gonna be huge. So let's go ahead and start breaking it down because there's a lot of stuff to break down and build and put back together. This is gonna take me a couple of days, so if you see the shirt change, that's why. So we got this section cleared out. I moved the TV out, moved the TV unit over into the storage room that we've got. So then I've got to clean the wall off here, do a little bit of cable management, which will mainly come after I move the other desk back over. And then I've also got some little debris here in the floor. If you see that, that's gonna be some decor for the new desk. But then we've got the big boy over here, which is gonna be way more. Now we have room to actually build the Secretlab desk because this thing is absolutely huge. Did I mention it's a big desk? Here is the totally unassembled Magnus Pro XL that's gonna be going exactly where it is right now so you guys can kind of get a before and after shot. But this box and this box specifically are the Magnus Pro XL. You've got the desktop and some of the hardware in the big one that I'm sitting on and then more of the hardware in the second box, so it ships in two. All of these boxes on my right, your left, are the accessories, stuff that you might need or you might want, but you can add it on either way. So these are the heavy duty monitor arm, the PC cage that goes on the bottom of the desk so you can raise and lower it without having to worry about your cables. And then we've got the cable management bundle XL plus a magnetic headphone holder. So across all of this, it's gonna be an absolutely incredible desk. Let's get to it. But now it's actually been 2 weeks since I put this thing together and I've been putting it to work. So let's break down all of these features along with the experience of living with this desk basically day in and day out for the last 2 weeks. Now the first thing about the Magnus Pro XL that stands out is the look, and a lot of that is thanks to the desk mat because Secretlab packs in a MagPad desk mat that sticks magnetically right to the top of the desk. Now this is the black leatherette model and they've got different options to pick from when you're going through and getting your order ready. You've got signature editions with darker and lighter colors, esports editions editions with collabs from teams, special edition crossovers with different games and IP, and if you want to switch up the desk mat or replace it later on, you can buy them independently outright too. Not just one and done. And the other thing with that is that it's huge, like we saw with the build, because the Magnus Pro XL is 70 inches long and 31.5 inches deep, which is 18% larger than the standard Magnus Pro or the Magnus. So if you're like me and need that extra desktop space for a bigger monitor or extra gear, this is definitely the one to go with. Of course, the big feature of this desk is the height adjustment, and the Secretlab Magnus Pro can go from incredibly low to incredibly high, like impressively high. Got a range of 25.6 inches to 49.2 inches at max height with a rating of 265 pounds. Now, when it comes to raising it and lowering it, the integrated control panel is kind of the hub for the whole operation. With 3 different presets, you can set down to the millimeter of what you want, and it's super easy to use. You adjust your height with the green and red arrows, you push the S button to start saving a preset, pick the preset you want to override, and you're ready to go. Now, you've got 3 different height options for whatever you're doing. And this is the freedom that I've been wanting for a long time, because for those long work days, being able to stand up, stretch the back, and get the blood flowing can be huge. But there's also a lot of research out there that shows that standing actually boosts your productivity. But I've always been scared to try it because I've had so much gear on my desk over the years. I've got this heavy ultra-wide monitor, camera gear, a speaker system, audio equipment. You combine all of that with a PC and cables that will only go so far. It always just sounded like an absolute disaster waiting to happen. I can just see the vision of hitting the button and all of my stuff just slowly being dragged off of the desk and falling in the floor, but with the Magnus Pro, that's a complete non-issue, like surprisingly so. Now, Secretlab says the Magnus Pro is packing the world's first fully integrated power supply column, meaning that there's no stretched cables, no power strip, Velcro to the bottom of the desk. The desk itself plugs into the wall, and then there's a pass-through plug that goes all the way up the left column to come out right at the cable tray. You combine that with the premium PC mount that connects directly to the bottom of the desk, and your entire setup moves with you. Your PC, your monitors, your lights, your speakers, your cables, everything goes up and down with the desk and stays safe and sound, including the PC, which is huge. But the installation of the PC mount is super simple. You can do it on the left or the right, but you just attach the mount, then size everything to your machine and kind of put it together and slide it on. And there's a quick release button for cleaning or adjustment. It couldn't be much easier than that. But more than anything, it's sturdy. You've got a metal build on the PC parts across the board, so I know that when I slot this thing into place, I don't have to worry about it coming undone or wearing down over time and my PC falling and getting damaged. It could not get any sturdier than that. And that build quality carries over to the entire desk, because even at the max height of a little over 49 inches, the entire desk stays stable and sturdy, which is important because those little micro movements on a cheaper desk can be annoying, but they can also be a disaster. I've had plenty of times where I accidentally hit my old desk and all of a sudden I've got coffee splashed all over my keyboard or my desk mat, and sitting or standing, that's not a problem with this one. But the biggest improvement across the board by far has been the cable management, because you guys saw how bad it was at the beginning, and this has been a game changer for the look of not only the desk, but really the entire office. The Magnus Pro XL has a cable management tray that runs the full length of the desk for the cables from your PC, your monitors, your keyboards, your equipment. All of it routes right through the back of the desk and down the sides too. For something like my microphone, I can run the XLR cable all the way down the right side of my desk, up through the back, and then over to my interface on the left, all without having anything visible on the bottom of the desk or on top of the desk. It's out of sight and out of mind for you and for me. Like I said earlier, one of the biggest pain points of filming anything from any perspective other than the main camera was just kind of a headache, because there were always 20 minutes of pre-work trying to hide the cables or find a shot that didn't show off how bad that cable management really was behind the desk. The Magnus Pro fixed that no problem, because now I've got the one power cable running from the leg to the wall, and that's it. As far as the camera knows, there may or may not be dozens of cables hiding in that tray, stuffed in there. But one of the biggest features of the Magnus Pro XL, and really the entire Magnus line, are how modular these desks are, because whether you're rocking a single monitor or a dual monitor setup or even a super ultra wide, Secretlab has the right fit for your setup, including for me with the Magnus Monitor Arm Heavy Duty Edition. I've had a 49-inch ultra wide Samsung Odyssey for more than a year now, and this thing has been a game changer, but it's also super beefy. And of course, they've got the single monitor arm for the small stuff, but the Heavy Duty Edition is rated for up to 35 pounds and 57 inches of screen. That's a lot of screen, which means the Odyssey is no problem for that. Of course, on top of the VESA mount, they also include these built-in handles that you can add on to move the monitor and reposition without having to put any pressure on the screen and put it at risk of cracking. But I didn't install these because I need that extra space for my camera setup. But beyond that, the best part is there's no additional modification needed when you're getting this monitor arm set up. This arm is designed to slot right into the cable management tray, and the desktop is just thin enough for it to clamp down and you're good to go. That goes for camera mounts, mic arms, anything you've got as far as equipment goes should be compatible with this desk, no problem. And you can really go as far as you want to go with the accessories here, because there's a magnetic headphone holder that just pops right on the front of the desk or the side or wherever you really want it, and that's perfect for any headphones or headset that you've got. And then there's the cable management bundle too. That's if you really want to get organized, because they come with extra straps so you can wrap your cables, different magnetic anchors that are all color coded, additional covers to route cables from your PC to your desk leg for the cleanest look possible. Now there is plenty of coverage for your cable management with just the desk right out of the box, but if you really want to keep your setup looking good, they've got the extra goods that can help you make that happen. So 2 weeks in, the Magnus Pro XL has been a complete game changer for 3 big reasons, and number 1 is the cable management. An organized desk and office create organized work, and having everything routed properly, covered up, just makes the whole setup look and feel way more professional. Cables aren't strewn everywhere, it just feels good. Number 2 is the sit stand functionality, because sometimes I'm on calls for 2 or 3 hours a day, and taking that from being time where I'm just sedentary, just staring at a computer when I could be standing up and moving around has been awesome. But number 3 is just the reliability, and I struggled to kind of put a word to this one, but this is the element of the desk just getting out of your way and not causing friction in the work that you're doing. In my opinion, a desk isn't like a monitor or a camera or a keyboard or a mouse, because once you get your desk put together and ready to go, you don't really think about it. In fact, the only time you really have to think about it is when it's either got something so bad that you can't ignore it or so good that you can't ignore it. And this desk has a lot of stuff that's so good you just can't really ignore it. The smooth sit-stand transition, the effective cable management, the sturdy build without any kind of wobble, the huge space on top of the desk you've got to work with. Secretlab made a desk where all of those features all come together to deliver an experience that enhances the way you work, you play, and you live your office life. Super impressive stuff, and it's officially the foundation of my setup for years to come. Now, an experience on that level comes at a cost, because it's a premium desk with premium features, and when you bake in the desk, plus the PC mount, the cable management, the heavy-duty monitor arm, and the headphone hanger, it comes out to $1,555 with a custom builder at the time I'm making this video. It's not cheap, but that's kind of the whole point. There are way cheaper options that are out there if you just want a basic standing desk or a basic gaming desk, but I think you'd be pretty hard-pressed to find something that packs in as many features and as much functionality as the Magnus Pro XL. The quality build and desk mat, the cable management, and all the accessories you can use to really build out your setup over time. If you're willing to invest in something that's built to last and designed to grow with your setup, I don't think you can go wrong with the Magnus Pro XL. It's a super impressive desk. But that's just my experience after 2 weeks, and of course I will keep updating this in the comments down below over time to let you guys know how it's holding up. But if you have this desk, leave your experience down below, and if you're in the market for one, would you want to add this desk to your setup? And of course, if you're new here, you like what you see and what you hear, you can hit that subscribe button for videos like this and gaming and tech news shorts throughout the week to stay in the loop, and I'll catch you on the next one.